What's good, bodybuilding fans? We are on to vlog number 5. We are flying through these now. So we are currently 3 days out. I did my check-in this morning, which I will put on screen right now. So at this look, this is 1.5 litres of water down with hydrocollagen, gas mark 10 and LFG gone in, and also Pitbull peeled. I'm currently 196 pounds this morning, which is another massive drop. So unfortunately the camera angle had to be upright, so it is going to look a bit stupid, but it gives you an idea on how I'm looking. So I'll let you run through that. But while you're watching through that also, I thought I'd just let you know on how I'm feeling. So like I said, 3 days out. Yesterday was one of the hardest days so far. It was absolutely brutal. If you haven't seen the vlog number 4, which is Rob put me through rounds of posing, I literally felt that. And yesterday was a day, because I have the kids on a Tuesday, it's a lot of running around, so it does tax you a little bit, but kids come first. Today's video, I will be showing you my workout at Ultra Flex, which is shoulders. So it's the last shoulder session before I compete, which is in 3 days time. So we are on Wednesday today. That will be on Saturday. I will try and video the full session. I will have the mic on and I will try and get some talking to the camera. I'm hoping that I'm going to be able to get somebody to just sort the audio out for me so that you can hear me rather than me doing these where I'm training and talking over them, because they're not very professional. They don't sound as good as me actually talking to the camera. So that is something that I'm going to try doing today for you guys. Hopefully we can make that work. Last thing I did want to touch on was just mainly nerves. I've been so confident and fine all the way through. Now we're getting closer. The nerves are setting in. You know, you don't know who's turning up. It's even worse if you do know who's turning up and they're bigger. I've done everything I can possibly do at the end of the day, which is great. But you just never know what the judges are going to think. And anybody that tells you go and just have fun, it's not about winning, you're full of shit. You are full of shit. Sorry, but yes, you want to go and have fun. I 100% agree. If you're not going to try and win, why even bother? Why even bother putting yourself through all this to just not win? And at the end of the day, this is the road to the PCA Pro card. And like I said, if I don't win my qualifier in bodybuilding short, then it's more than likely I won't go to the universe, because I'm not going to get beat by the same person twice. That just seems ludicrous. I will be at the universe regardless, whether I'm spectating or not. I'm not sure how it's going to go. It depends what the judges like. If they like soft and full, then I'm screwed. If they like someone that's shredded, but not as full, I've got a good shot. So, you know, it's just on the day. It's all opinions at the end of the day, and it's only opinions that matter are the judges. So whatever they choose is the right choice at the end of the day. So that's down to that. So on that note, we'll wrap up, and I will see you for shoulders at Ultra Flex. Let's get it. Okay guys, so we are on to peak week shoulders. So as you can see, starting with the Nautilus side raisers, one of my weakest spots is literally my side delts. So I do give them a little bit of hammering to try and get that better cap on the shoulders and obviously get that better V-taper. So I always start with these. It's a great isolating movement. I will work up to 4 sets, so each time I will just keep increasing the weight. Higher reps, doing 10 to 12, sometimes 15 on my warm-up sets, and just about getting blood into that muscle and concentrating exactly on the side delt, and rather than hitting just all the heads all at once. So I did find that changing my hand placement on this, rather than holding onto the bars, having my arms wide open, I've seen many doing this at the gym, and it feels so much better. You just get a better concentration on the muscle rather than actually holding onto the handles. As you can see, actually struggling by this point. When I'm finishing my set on these as well, I always like to just do some partial reps just to make sure that I'm getting maximum failure. I know it's peak week, but you can never really get too much of a side delt pump. I have always struggled with connecting with my side delts, so I do find now doing higher reps is better to just burn them out. Since I've started at Ultra Flex Rotherham, There is many kits. There is the Prime that you can see in the background. That's also a very good machine, very similar and very good. When I do dumbbells, I use them now for just getting extra work after I've done a machine. In the distance as well, you can see the standing one. I use that on the other push day when I'm normally doing my push-pull split. But for peak week, I decided to do these seated ones and concentrate on these. So as said, I am concentrating more on side delts. I'm doing the seated side laterals with the dumbbells. Yes, they are very similar to the exercise I have just done, but I do feel like it is more about controlling the actual free weight rather than just a machine that goes in a certain movement. So with these, I do hit a bit of front delt. You're naturally going to hit a bit of front delt. It's hard to isolate when you're using dumbbells and free weights, but they do give me a really good burn. So normally in off season, I would be doing loads of drop sets on this. So sometimes up to 3 sets all at once. It was getting a bit warm, so that's it. Time to get into the vest. Now, contrary to what people say, I'm not saying that this is right, but I tend to find that rather than holding the dumbbells straight at my side, I do have them slightly forward. I do feel it a lot more on my side delts rather than my traps. My traps are very overpowering, so on a lot of my movements, they do take over. I did a total of 3 sets on this, so I stuck with the same weight every time, just mainly to try and control the weight. And that more or less wraps up side delts for me at the beginning of the workout. And then I will move on to fronts and onto rears. We also did some shrugs at the end just to get them nice little pop when I eat my most muscular in the crab. So I'll let you finish watching this and I'll see you at the next exercise. One exercise that I absolutely love for a compound movement is the Smith machine shoulder press. Now, this depends on your Smith machine. There's some Smith machines that I have been on that are absolutely horrendous. They just feel awful. This one at Ultra Flex feels more of a free weight. Yes, obviously it isn't a free weight, but it's just nice and smooth. There's no added pressure and there's no taking actual pressure off of you neither. So it's a really nice, smooth machine. So with this exercise, because I'm trying to just hit front delts mainly, I'm doing this and I will be supersetting them with dumbbell front raisers. So I did a total of 3 sets altogether. I started with 1 plate on here, and then I jumped onto the, I believe it was 10 kilo dumbbells, single at a time, as you can see, and just get that extra burn on the front delts. After this, I did another 2 sets, each time adding a 10 kilo aside onto the bar and just doing the same with the dumbbells. So I'll let you watch through this and I'll catch you for the next exercise. So I did go for 2 plates a side, which is 80 kilos. I don't know if you want to include the bar at 100 kilos, but... And unfortunately, it was just too heavy for me today, unfortunately. I didn't have my elbow sleeves on either, but I suppose they're cheating if you want to be like that. So I ended up doing a drop set. I did a full set on this to failure, and then when I was struggling, I re-racked it, and then I just dropped it down a plate again, just to make sure that I'm hitting those numbers of reps. So sometimes it's not about necessarily just getting the 12 reps on the weight you're working on. Unfortunately, it doesn't always work your way. Take a plate off and just match up to the 12 reps, if not more. Something I've been concentrating on quite a lot in the off season is my rear delts. They were poor in my back shots last year, so I have really spent a lot of time just trying to get the stretch at this movement and then a good squeeze at the top. It's worked really well. I used to do dumbbells and stuff like that, but they just weren't doing it for me. Not the same type of feel that I get on the machine like this or the Prime machine on the other side. The main thing is getting the stretch at the bottom, going all the way. As you can see, the plates are nearly touching, and I normally would hold it and then pull up and then get a good squeeze. Sometimes I do superset these with dumbbells. It all depends on how I'm feeling. Within peak week, I tended to just stick at just doing this set. Now, I did 4 sets altogether. I don't think I recorded them all, but you get the idea. So today I finished on shrugs, let the bar hang freely, and then pull up and get a good squeeze. I do bend over slightly to get a bit of a better squeeze. So this is the last exercise of the workout on peak week shoulders. So I hope you enjoyed it. I'm sorry if the audio is terrible. I am working on it. So I will catch you in a bit when I am home. Peace out, guys. Guys, we are back, done on shoulders. So that is the last shoulder workout done in peak week. I have put a voiceover over the top of the footage. I'm hoping that it's enough for you, that it's not too boring and too monotone. My mic just doesn't pick it up in the gym, so it don't. When I remove the audio from the music in the gym, it just sounds terrible and it's unwatchable. So it is what it is. We'll work with what we've got until I've got more time to sort of invest into more editing and audio stuff so that you can have a look at it like that. Tomorrow I've got the final arm session, so it's just a pumpy session. This one I won't be going stupidly heavy and stuff. It is just going to be a pumpy session. So I will still show it you. I'll still show you all the routine, what exercises and rep ranges, but just don't expect to see anything stupidly heavy, I suppose. And then we've got all the horrible fiddly bits of bodybuilding, like shaving, ready for tan on base coat on Friday and top coat on Saturday. So on that note, I'm going to wrap it up tonight. I'm going to get my food, get in the sauna. I will be doing the sauna today and possibly tomorrow, and then that's it. No sauna Friday, Saturday, Sunday, obviously, because of tan. Catch you tomorrow for peak week arm session. Peace.